I don't know. After hearing him calm and talking about the tether story, it's probable.
Let's go down to the county attorney's office. I think you'll find a lot of humans down there.
All right.
No disrespect.
Stop driving.
I'm flirting with the judge in front of my dad.
What's going on? This is Colin. Once again, happy Friday. A little bit of a doubleheader for you today. Right when I finished premiering my video from this morning, I fell upon a crazy clip. And I don't know if this woman's just mean or if she has some MH issues. I don't know. You let me know in the comments. But this is a little wild. Trigger warning. There's a lot of words in this, so yeah, be careful if you have sensitive ears, or if you're younger and I don't know how to say trigger warning on language, but there's some heavy words. But before we get into it, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, do your jump kick backflips, do whatever you do. You do you. Just like and subscribe. Here we go.
Let's just call it Howard Ward 3A0045912. That is a medical refusal today. Since it's medical today, I'm going to go ahead and set it over to Monday. It's still on for arraignment. I will maintain bail and set it on for Monday. And the other refusal we will deal with when we have a moment. And so this is Ms. Lee.
That is correct.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Lee.
Good morning.
These are case numbers 3A0284364 and 3A0562473. Both of these matters are on for arraignment. And is your true and correct name London Lydia Lee?
Yes, that's my birth name.
All right. And what is your date of birth?
February the 15th, 1964.
Okay. Mr. Gates, you may proceed.
In case ending 473, you've been charged with the crime of driving while license suspended or revoked in the second degree, alleged to have occurred in Normandy Park, Washington on or about July 23rd, 2021. Contrary to RCW 46.20.342, subsection 1B, this is a gross misdemeanor punishable by up to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. In case ending 3640, you've been charged with two crimes, both alleged to have occurred in Des Moines, Washington on or about October 19th, 2023. For count one, you've been charged for the crime of driving while license suspended or revoked in the second degree, contrary to the same RCW and subject to the same penalties as the last. And in count two, you've been charged with the crime of operating a motor vehicle without an ignition interlock device, contrary to RCW 46.20.720. This is also correction. Contrary to RCW 46.20.740, this is also a gross misdemeanor punishable by up to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine.
And Your Honor, I went over my client's rights as well as their charges. She indicated to me she had no further questions. I'll ask to enter a plea of not guilty. We'll also be asking for direct appointment as she receives food stamps.
So far, so good, right? Very smooth. Very smooth. Yeah, that's about as smooth as you get throughout the rest of the hearing.
Okay, in case ending 364, the court reviewed incident number 232827. I do find probable cause to detain on both counts. On case ending 473, I did review the sworn statement of the citing officer, and I do find probable cause to detain on that count. Ms. Lee, I will appoint the law firm of Stewart, McNichols, and Harmel to represent you in this matter.
So what is your decision, Your Honor?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
And let me hear first from the city.
Your Honor, the city recommends that Ms. Lee be held on $5,000 bail on both cases, and that she be ordered to abide by standard driving conditions.
So you are doing both of my cases here when I've got one in Des Moines and one in Auburn? And I mean,
You have
we're
no,
gonna get rid of both of these today. Don't play with me.
no, Ms. Lee,
That's
the
what you're
Auburn
doing.
case we can't hear today. That's not part of my jurisdiction. So what we're hearing today
So
are
that's what
two
he's
cases.
saying though.
You may have another.
Let's get our facts straight. We will not be driving and I'm pleading guilty.
Well, you're entering a plea of not guilty.
I'm entering a plea of guilty.
Mr. Pedrocha down.
I had
That's
borderline
what he
1077.
advised.
Okay.
And then you gave me another lawyer. I'm entering
Okay.
a plea of
Okay.
guilty today.
All right.
And that's
I
all
had,
I'm gonna tell you.
okay. I had borderline
Get your
1077
shit together.
concerns, but it
What do we think? What do we think? Is that really all she's going to tell us? Probably not.
I had borderline 1077 concerns.
No.
The conversation went smoothly, but
You get
I
your shit
think a
together.
1077 might be
And
warranted.
bitch,
I
you
see
get
that there
yours
has been
together.
some in
And
the
I went to
past.
Tacoma, and this shit
Um,
was
This
dismissed
court is
over there.
familiar.
Now you fixed,
with
you
my-
got one
both
fucking
of your
case.
time. I don't
If
know.
that, and
Mr.
one
Bates
of them was
here,
set up.
but we did have a
Bitch,
prior.
that's what you should be saying.
Okay, Ms. Lee,
okay.
are you
Don't
gonna
play
let?
with me, bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you. That's inappropriate.
Okay. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's not your fault.
The
Let me just yeah, put the form in. I just want to have a little further conversation with her, see if I can get her to calm down a little bit. Okay, you're going to need to unmute yourself if you want to speak, Ms. Lee, but you can't call me names, no profanity. Can you take the mouse and click the button to unmute so I can hear you? Because I can't hear you right now.
So many other
If you
judges
have,
would not have
the
unmuted
mouse
her.
by the computer, go ahead. No, you can't. It's not a touch screen. Is there a mouse anywhere there? You should be able to just click it.
I am so glad we get to hear from her again.
There you go. Okay, Ms. Lee, I want to hear what you have to say, but I can't do it when everybody's talking over each other. So you're saying that you have a case in Auburn, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, now let me just
I
take
have, excuse me. You slow down if you want to talk to me before I mute you again, because I know just what the hell is going on with me. I'm not gonna play your in the dungeon bullshit like you're flying off somewhere. You listen, lady. I know what the fuck is going on with me.
Okay, Ms. Lee, I'm trying to understand what is going on. I don't doubt you.
Yeah,
know
you're
what's
trying
going
to
on with you.
understand, and he should know. Sitting up there giving me another lawyer.
All
when
right.
I got one sitting right there. Now listen to him,
No,
and
you're
I'm gonna
not.
mute you.
I'm not trying to give you another lawyer. I appointed.
No, I know you. I know you're not. Now handle your business up there.
All right, so it looks like King County District Court. I don't see a case out of Auburn in the criminal history
You know
that
what,
I'm
Your Honor?
Yeah.
He pled not guilty, so I'm gonna go with what he said and set this matter over.
Okay,
And
that's
then
fine.
that should be settled, okay? Let's don't dig around into something that you don't know what you're talking about. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you're sitting over there in that Tacoma courthouse. I'm gonna kill one of this clumpy ass bitch. You better get your shit together up in here.
Are you done, Ms. Lee?
Yes, I'm done.
All right. I will go ahead and sign that order.
We don't
Almost
need
done.
to be driving. Too many high-speed chases, and it's too much fun for these nappy-headed niggas.
Okay, Ms. Lee, I don't want to have to mute you, but I need
You
you to
better,
make
I'm
sure.
gonna get you.
No, Ms. Lee, don't talk like
Let me
that.
tell you something.
I
You
need
go ahead and you better get up off me if you from that Tacoma courthouse.
I'm not. I'm in Des Moines Courthouse.
You can, don't play me. Don't play me, lady. I've been in front of you before.
That's right.
I'm
You
done
have
talking to you.
You have indeed been.
I've signed that order, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's see here.
All right, I fast forwarded there. There's about 5 minutes of really dead air. Yeah, told you this is bad, and it's not over. It's not over. I think she threatened the judge, though, didn't she? I think she did. And we should be good now. Yeah, we're good.
All right. So, Ms. Lee, I am going to order that you have an evaluation. They're in custody. I've signed the order, and And for the attorneys, I am going to make a no bail hold, and that is based on her lengthy history of DUI, and in this case, continuing to
No, you're not.
operate a motor vehicle without
Okay,
a
hold on a second.
valid
Let me get back
license
here.
and an
I
ignition.
can't hear you, bitch.
Um,
Come here.
I'm gonna
I
have to.
said I can't hear you.
Okay.
What kind of order did you just sign in
In
Tacoma?
order for you to be evaluated by a mental health evaluator.
Okay, so you want me to be evaluated by a mental health evaluator?
Correct.
When?
It will be sometime within the next 14 days, hopefully.
Okay, so you're keeping me in custody for how long?
I'm setting your next court date for November 3rd.
Okay, so you can play in here. No, that's
If
fine.
we receive the
because that's what you plan on
evaluation,
doing
if
in
we
the
receive
first
the
place.
evaluation next week, then we're gonna bring you back next week. We're
Yeah.
gonna bring you in sooner. Okay,
Depends on when the
if I have a
evaluation
bail,
happens.
Excuse me, you're fired. If I have a bail, you're gonna get me out of here before that.
all
If
right,
you said it at bail, so I'm bailing out. Okay.
all right. Ms.
Now
Lee,
you and Teresa can
we
get
have
off my
time.
fucking business, bitch. You
Ms.
you're letting her
Lee,
steal, bitch.
can you call the officer?
Yeah,
We're
I'll give
conducting
him a
this
call.
hearing, Ms. Lee.
On them now.
I tried to give her tremendous latitude, but I just can't allow that to go on. I will stand by until we are ready with the next person.
All right. Nothing happened. When the officer got there, you didn't see the officer. She just left the room. They didn't talk about the case anymore. So you didn't miss anything there. But wow, contempt? Absolutely. That I don't know how that wasn't contempt. That's the second case I've seen like that where the defendant is just cursing up and down at the judge, and the judge just takes it and doesn't do anything. Oh man. All right. Next case. I don't remember what's next. I don't even remember what's next. So let's go. Oh no, we're going to Judge Vaan. We got some Judge Vaan. Yeah, we do. Let's go.
Right, X-Man. Here you go. State your name.
What's her name?
Say it again.
Nadia Clinton.
Ms. Clinton, you pull the court on a failure to appear for a driving license suspended or revoked charge. Also a domestic violence battery and trespass. You understand those charges?
Yeah, but the warrant that y'all have for the traffic fund, I have documentation that all the fines have been paid in full just recently. Every single
Yeah,
one
but
of
you
the
didn't show up in
fines.
court.
That's because I paid the fines.
Oh, bless you. That doesn't do away with having to be in court.
Oh, I just,
Still have to
I
go
just
to
went
court. Yeah, you went to DMV and you got your license reinstated, right?
Yeah.
And you just thought, I'm done.
No, well, because I had to pay for the fees for the tickets, and then I had to pay for the reinstatement.
I know, but you still had the citation for driving on a suspended license. You didn't show up for Judge Grammer for.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, we also got the new charge of domestic violence battery and trespass. You understand those charges?
Yeah, also, so the trespass part, the person that says they're the victim, they're the one that brought me there.
Okay, well,
Like, they
don't talk
brought-
about the facts of your case. You can cross that bridge at another time. I'm going to go ahead and appoint a public defender to represent you because you do qualify, and he's going to tell you not talk about the facts of your case. Deputy, criminal history?
She had another domestic earlier this year, but I didn't look it up, and a disorderly in 19.
Can I bet? All right. On the failure to appear, Judge Grammer set your bond at $1,500. On the domestic violence battery, I'm going to put your bond at $2,500. The trespass is $1,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Directly, indirectly, or through a third party. Don't FaceTime. Don't Facebook message. Whatever the kids do these days. Don't tweet. No smoke signals. Court date's October the 23rd at 1 o'clock.
Step to your right to the T.
I'm sorry. Can I talk to somebody else? Because this bond is way high, like, especially when I didn't even do it.
That's the judge
This bond is
himself.
not way high. This bond is very reasonable. As a matter of fact, this bond's kind of low. Since you got a previous domestic already. Normally I do 5,000. But yeah, there's nobody else for you to talk to today because it's a Friday and I'm the only one home. Plus, you didn't show up for court.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah, you did know because it's on the citation, your court date.
Okay, we're done.
Step over and sign where that green light is.
Ms. Fambro, is it a full moon? It's not a full moon.
Nope, not a full moon.
Doggy.
Can I
Yes,
talk to
ma'am.
somebody else? No, I'm the only one home.
State your name, ma'am.
Ms. Spearman,
Love
you
Judge
feel the
Van.
of possession of paraphernalia, possession of marijuana with intent to sell or distribute, possession of controlled substance. You understand those charges?
You understand what you're charged with?
I see them, but I guess.
Okay. Well, I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Too nervous.
It's okay.
I never control my life.
All right, Ms. Spearman. You've indicated you're going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Is that how you're going to proceed?
Are you gonna hire your own attorney or represent yourself, or you want a public defender?
I guess I don't know nothing about the law. I swear I've never been in trouble in my life. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
And you need an attorney, don't you?
I don't think so because this is not.
Yes, you do.
Y'all going to hire one?
Yes.
Okay. They're going to hire you an attorney.
Okay.
But for right now, we'll take a
That's
Hey,
break.
y'all
family
can
on
talk
the
about it
screen.
amongst yourselves until later. Don't use this as an opportunity to discuss what y'all are going to do or not do. That's going to confuse everything.
Yes,
We want to
sir.
make sure she understands her charges, Your Honor. That's the thing. She's too old.
Okay, y'all need to let me talk to her. I can't deal with y'all talking over each other.
She don't know what's going on, Your Honor.
I got that. Thank you. Deputy, criminal history?
She just showed the DUI in the 90s. That's it.
That's it?
That's
it. I'm gonna release her on pretrial release. If she wants a public defender, y'all need to fill out the paperwork for a public defender at a later time. If y'all gonna hire an attorney for her, get an attorney on board as soon as possible, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Court date's gonna be November 16th at 9 o'clock.
Stay right here for me. Next. Well, I'm sorry, not next. It's green light's going to go. Ms. Harris.
All right, that last one was kind of sad. I just kept it in because Judge Van's not in a good mood today. He wasn't as laughy as he usually is. Anyways, last clip, Judge Middleton. It's been a while since I've done a Judge Middleton clip. Let's go back. He had a landlord tenant today. A couple of them are pretty. I'm not going to say exciting. I think landlord tenant cases are boring, but when there's Judge Middleton involved, they can get interesting. Let's go.
All right, Mr. Zambrano, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, get yourself situated. We're gonna address your case.
Let me roll this window up so I can hear better. Tractors and whatnot. There we go.
Excuse me. All right, this is a return to the matter of Roxanne Lewis versus Anthony Zambrano. This is a property at West Chicago Road in White Pigeon. And it is filed as a termination of tenancy action. The matter was set for the 13th, continued until today. Mr. Zambrano has filed a jury demand, but he hasn't paid the fee, and I have not granted his fee waiver request. So we're not there.
I do still want to do that, Your Honor. I just wasn't able with my work schedule. We've been coming all the way down to like Portage, Gary, Indiana area for our job, and I told my boss several times we just weren't able to get back in time for me to make it up to the courthouse to file the rest of, or to pay that fee.
Your Honor, what constitutes the stipulations for a jury trial?
Well, anybody could request a jury trial. In fact, the new court rules that take effect on November 6th seem to encourage it. We have not had a landlord-tenant jury trial in St. Joe County in 50 years. Mr. Zambrano doesn't want a jury trial. He wants to delay the proceedings. Mr. Zambrano, you're representing yourself. You don't know the rules of evidence.
I would like to actually bring it forth to the jury to let them hear my side and her side so they could, you know, do their jury duty on what they think is, you know, if I'm saying it, what I'm saying with my evidence and everything that I have went through with the landlords at that property is true. And I believe that it is. I believe that I've been neglected. And I believe that out of the neglect, when I finally started saying something to them for the repairs, they started wanting me to move. And I was behind, you know, throughout the 4 years of tenancy that I've been there. I fell behind several times, and they worked with me, and they told me, you know, as long as the money shows up, we don't care, is were their exact words.
That was not our exact words.
Stop. Now they're using the legal process. So what is that defense called?
What are you asking me?
Yes, you don't understand the law. You've not read the Landlord-Tenant Relationship Act. You don't understand what a retaliatory eviction is. You don't know the rules of evidence. You don't know the rules of procedure. You don't know how to present evidence. You don't know what the law requires. You just want to show up and tell your side of the story. Well, you can do that in a bench trial before the judge, where you don't have to go make an opening statement, pick jurors. You really are way in over your head. Plus, you didn't file a jury demand with your first pleading, and you haven't paid the fee. So you're not entitled to a jury trial. You are entitled to a trial, which will be in front of me.
But I still want to do the jury, Your Honor.
But you didn't do it right. So you don't just get to show up and say, hey, I want a jury. You're going to inconvenience 30 of your fellow citizens to have them take the day off work to come in here and hear you try to bumble through a jury trial. So you didn't follow the procedure to request a jury trial, and you're to file it at your first proceeding, which you have not done. So
well, I did actually do that the other day, but you waived the fee, and I wasn't able to make the payment right then. And like I was telling you, Your Honor, I haven't been able to get off work to get up there in time enough to pay the fee that you requested, but I did pay for the paperwork. I was told that I was given 14 days to do that, and I kind of just went by that a little bit, and I told my boss that that they gave me 14 days, so he wasn't too amped to rush us along, right, I could get back in time. I'm not just.
What do you think? I think Judge Middleton's given the soft sit speech. That's when I first started hearing this. I came in mid through and I thought it was a soft sit. That's why I went back and started grabbing this clip. But it's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, J Mid, not a fan. Not a fan of this guy. I should say that. We all love J Mid.
trying to prolong it out. I truly believe that what
All right,
my
so what do you think? That they need to you get to stay there as a tenant, even though they don't want to have you as a tenant? You just get to stay regardless of whether they wish
feel
to
that
have
I
you
want
there or
to make
not?
a counter. I'm making a counter claim against what they're saying. Feel that it wasn't fair that they're, booting me out and I don't have anywhere to go. I've tried to find places. Like I was telling you, I have 3 convictions in my past that have prevent me from getting into a lot of places. And I'm kind of just like struggling to find one right now. I have several applications. I'm going even today, if I have time after work, to get a place I found in Union, Michigan. I've got to talk to the woman. I've came across several scams online trying to find places where they're like trying
Yes,
to
there's
get me.
that. Well, let's talk about this. You have a lease that was with her predecessor, Mr. Miller and Mr. Chuck. And it was a year lease from November 1st of 2019 to November 1st of 2020. After that, it became a month-to-month lease. So it was month to month. So they can ask you to move. You're no longer within your lease period. She filed a notice to quit on July 6th, saying, please move within 30 days by August 5th. Which is her right in a month-to-month tenancy. And so you haven't
When she
moved.
filed that, I did pay 1 month after that. Sorry to interrupt you, Your Honor, but I did pay 1 month after that. The months that I actually quit paying because I know I looked into some things since and I didn't do it right. I'm very sorry for that. I should have came up and talked to the courts and tried to put all of the thing. I felt that it was wrong. They were trying to charge me for something like this garage that they have out there that they neglected repairs on for over a year.
So once she files a termination of tenancy action, they can't accept rent. So you've been there in July, August, September, October, about to be November, without paying any rent. And trying to collect the rent from you after they remove you is going to be very difficult because you don't have any money. So right now you get to stay there for free, which is a good deal. Stop interrupting me, Mr. Zambrano. You are not prepared to try a jury trial. You don't know how to conduct yourself in a court hearing. I'm trying to explain the landlord-tenant law to you. They are asking you to move, which is their right on a month-to-month tenancy. They gave you 30 days notice in July. You're still there. You haven't paid any rent since probably June, and you're complaining about how unfairly you're being treated.
I offered them the money. They refused the money. I had $2,100 cash. I still have money.
Stop.
Broke.
They can't accept money once they file a termination of tenancy action. They don't want your money. They want you to move. And they've followed all the steps to do that. They served a notice to quit. You didn't move. Then they filed this complaint in August to terminate your tenancy. And you haven't moved. They don't want your money. They can't even accept your money. Now, I guess they could. If you came in with $10,000 and said, I want to pay all my rent, they could choose to accept it. But once you file a termination of tenancy action, they're not supposed to take your money. They're asking you to move. She got you as a tenant from the previous landlords. They don't wish to have you as a tenant. Now they can say, I want them to move because we want to refurbish the apartment. I want my kids to move in there. My sister's coming back from California. She needs a place to stay. You don't, your lease is up. You have a month-to-month lease. And so they're not asking you for any money. They're not suing you for money. You haven't filed a counterclaim to ask them for money. And so that's the circumstance.
Legal aid lady, she did advise me that I needed to do the counterclaim, and I am kind of just like stumped to all of the lingo that she told me really quick while I'm sitting here at work trying to rush around and stuff. And I came up and I wanted to talk to her again about filing the counterclaim, but the courts are closed before I can get up there.
Sorry, I right-clicked on the screen at some point when I was grabbing this clip, and that's here for the rest of the hearing. I apologize, but it's not covering the judge or either people, so it is what it is.
Okay. Well, she has dotted her I's and crossed her T's. You haven't filed anything. I do not accept your jury demand because you haven't paid the fee. I didn't do a fee waiver. You're employed and you're living in their house for free and have been for a number of months. I find by hearing that you have 10 days to move by October 30th, 2023, or you're subject to being evicted. You can appeal it by October 30th. No money judgment is entered at this time. You have a month-to-month tenancy. They served a notice to quit on you in July. It's now almost November. You can appeal this if you like.
How do I do that?
You file a written appeal with the court within 10 days. All right, you're free to go. Miss Lewis, I don't
Yes.
think this will end well, but if he doesn't move, you know the procedure to get a writ.
Yep.
Well, there we go. There we go. That's all I got. That's all I got for today. I'm not going to do a third video, so enjoy it. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Till next time. Bye.